Alright, my name is Dustin Henry, and I chose Star Wars as my presentation project. I've loved Star Wars for forever, like since I can remember. So I decided to choose this. It's actually a blessing. Like, I know a ridiculous amount of Star Wars, so the fact that I can do this as a project is pretty cool. So it was created in 1977. A little before that, the first movie came out in 1977. It is a space opera, and it influences so many things in our culture. It's like actually crazy, like pop culture, different things like that. This speech in particular is gonna explore origins, the universe, major characters, evolution, and impact on culture in general, as well as fan culture and how fans perceive different things like this universe. So, the origins of Star Wars. This was not George Lucas's first film. One of his first films, professionally, was American Graffiti. And it's funny because Harrison Ford was actually in that movie. And he likes to cast Harrison Ford in a lot of his films, like Indiana Jones, as well as Star Wars Han Solo. So, yeah, that was his first one. And then he came up with Star Wars because of his love of mythology and different storytelling like that. And so he decided to create his own. And then in 1977, A New Hope came out. Technically the fourth movie in the series, but the first one to come out, of course. It obviously then blew up, becoming number one in the box office, with it tripling the money that number two brought in, which was Smokey and the Bandit, which is in 1977. It like tripled. It's ridiculous. So much money. It revolutionized special effects and different storytelling techniques, like the digital matte painting and blue screens as well. Alright, up next we got the universe. The Star Wars galaxy has a bunch of diverse planets. He liked to do many season planets, is what I call it. There's Hoth, which is like a winter planet, it's just cold all the time. Then there's Tatooine, the summer planet, desert, just barren. Then there's Mustafar, like a lava planet. It's just all lava. It's like mostly one thing per planet. Then there's different species, cultures. There's a bunch of like things you can delve into very deeply about the lore and stuff like that. The Jedi are the good guys, and they verse the bad guys, which is the Sith. And it's just this endless battle between the two, and that's what just makes it so interesting to learn the themes and stuff, because there's fighting and choreography, and it's just super fun to watch. There are many things to learn about these worlds and cultures, and that's what makes it fun for fans like me. Up next, we have got the major characters. The main characters are what make the story move along. I had to put Obi-Wan because this picture is just super funny to me, but there's Anakin, Luke, Obi-Wan, Princess Leia, Padme. They're all like one big family, and it moves along and follows the Skywalker saga, like the Skywalker story. And the relationships between these characters, good and bad, is what makes it interesting. And like the fighting between the family and like the brotherhood of Obi-Wan and Anakin can teach me a little bit about what it's like to be a older brother, or be a brother in general. Me and my brother fight all the time, and it's kind of like Obi-Wan and Anakin, except a little less deadly at times. Yeah, the emotional resonance between this family is like, it's important to Star Wars' success, and it like really hits deep, like certain themes. Up next, we've got the evolution and expansion of Star Wars. Since 1977, there was 2 other original movies, and then there was 3 prequel movies, all made by Lucasfilm. So that was 6, and it was supposed to pretty much end there. But then Star Wars Lucasfilm was bought out by Disney, and since then they've created 3 sequel movies, and then 2 kind of like in-between movies. And then there's been another animated movie, so there's been like 12-ish movies since the beginning, 1977. And then since then there's been a bunch of different shows like The Mandalorian, Book of Boba Fett, Ahsoka, Rebels, stuff like that. All right, up next, we've got the cultural impact. Not only does it influence entertainment, but it also extends to the influence of how films are made, how storytelling is told, and how technology has advanced. The fan culture is super cool. Like, most Star Wars fans are super cool. Some of them are kind of nerdy, like me. I went to a signing event and got a Funko Pop signed by one of the main characters from the show Star Wars Rebels. I had him put like a quote and stuff. Super cool guy. Like, everyone's super cool that went to it, but sometimes we're a little excessive and nerdy, but that's what makes it cool, because we know like a lot about the story. I also went to Disneyland and bought this lightsaber, Mace Windu's lightsaber. So yeah, there's different levels to it for sure, but yeah. So up next is the conclusion. Star Wars is more than a series of films. It is a cultural phenomenon with a lasting legacy, and the themes of hope can resonate with anybody, old and young. So I thank you for listening to my speech about Star Wars, getting a little nerdy. Here is my references. Have a good one.